Because you're going to be spending a lot of time by yourself. You need to love who you're spending a lot of time with, which is yourself, right? And then I guess say hi. People say hi back. You go out, you see someone you know. I mean, down here, we're very, I'm not just down here, generally, we're all very particular about, I don't want to say hi to someone and then they don't say hi back. Me, I don't care. If I see you and you look familiar, I'll say hi to you. If you don't say hi back, then I know tomorrow if I see you, I won't greet you. That's what I do. Did you get? If you say hi back, then cool. I have someone I know that, okay, if I say hi to you, say hi back. So I feel like people need to, not take these things too seriously, because life is really short. Life is so fickle. Yeah. You get, every day we wake up is a restart. It's a restart. It's 24 hours. It's a reset. Let's do something today. You don't want to go through your entire life wishing, if I had said hi to this person, or if I had gone to this place, or if I had.
Wow.
Yeah. So love yourself and just take your time to just build communication skills in general.
Right, Ebuka, thank you so much. I've learned so much from you.
And
now I feel, you are one. Because that was one of the things, when we were looking for a guest, we're saying, look, we don't want any experts. We just want everyday people that can share their real life friendship experience, not someone telling us
what is
technical, technical stuff, just real life thing. And for me, what you just said is very instructive, because every time I'm sending messages to my friends and I'm sending, so in some of my groups, I'm like the life of the party. So I'm sending a message and I'm saying, I love you guys. Someone like, are you okay? You want to die? I'm like, no, I'm not dying, but I don't have to wait.
I don't have to.
I don't have to wait till it's your birthday or there's a funeral before I tell you how great you are to me or how I appreciate you or how you've done something for me. So let me just say that now and really show you my gratitude in any way possible. So I don't go back on my funeral. I'm like, I should have said this. I wanted to tell her this or whatever. So that's it.
All right, final word from you, the truth.
Final word from me is, I don't know what to say as my final words. Generally, I'll probably just say, have a good day, everyone. Try to reach out to a friend, send a text to a friend today. And come to Yamfest and make friends.
You will pay for that advertisement. We'll give you a bill at the end of the show.
Legs. Okay, as always, it's Dolly Phillips from Alpha Fitness Studios, and let's go. We're going to start with a quick warm-up here. All we're going to do is just sit back down in child's pose and come back to all fours, warming those legs up. 2, let's do that 3 times. 3, one more time, and 4. Now tuck in your toes. You're going to lift your knees off the floor into down dog and back onto all fours. So up and down. Very good. Warming up those shoulders, waking those abs up. Let's do 2 more. 2, very good. 1 more, 1, and down. Now let's sit back down here, stretch out those shoulders, and then we're going to go into a push-up here. 1, very good. We have 6, 2. If you can't go too low, that's fine. 3, excellent. If that's your level, stay there. 4, we have 2 more. 5, I can go down lower, and 6, and back down to child's pose. Excellent. Okay, I think we're a bit warm now, so we can start our workout. So we're going to start with the left leg. We'll push out and bring the knee to the chest. We have 8 of those. Let's go. 8, 7, make sure you're breathing. 6, keep your back in one position and just work the legs. Let the legs be the only thing that's moving. We have 3 left. 3, good. 2, and 1. Now you're going to hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go to the other leg. Let's go donkey kicks. In. 1, very good. 2, 3, 4. Keep your focus forward. 5, or just there. 6. Keep the neck neutral. 7 and 8. Let's hold it here for 8. 8, 7, 2, and 1. Okay, so I'm going to turn my mat to 45 degrees now so you can see everything I'm doing here. Now we're going to lift the leg to open up the hips. We have 8 on each side. Are you ready? Let's go. 8, 7, good. 6, 5, 4, 3, very good. 2, and 1. Let's repeat the same on the other side. 8 counts. 8, 7, 6, 5. Excellent. 4. Doing good. 3, 2. Last one. And 1. Sit back down in child's pose. Just stretch those legs out. Stretch the glutes out. Excellent. Now, I'm going to go back here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Now, this is a little bit difficult. Extend the leg out, cross behind, and open. Have we got that? Let's go. We have 8. Cross and open. That's 1. Cross and open. That's 2. Cross and open. 3. Cross and open. 4. Cross and open. 5. You can feel the burn, definitely open. 6. Try and keep that leg as straight as possible. 7. 1 more. And 8. Excellent. Other side. Extend that leg out. Let's work. Cross and open. That's 1. Cross and open. 2. Cross and open. 3. Cross and open. 2 more. 7. Last one. And 8. Excellent. Now, all fours. Move your knees back a little bit. Keep your palms where they are. We're going down in a push-up. Are you ready? Let's go. Chest to the floor. Down and up. That's 1. Down and up. If that's too low, just go down and up. Okay? 3. Down and up. Push yourself. Down and up. Send your elbows back and up. We have 2 more. Down and up. 1 more. Down and up. And stretch it out again in child's pose. Excellent. Okay, we're coming to sit down now for our stretch. Legs crossed. Deep breath in and out and in and out. Left elbow down right beside you. Reach over. 8, 7, 6, 5. Other side. Left elbow down. Reach over. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left elbow down. Reach over and sweep all the way. 1 more. And other side, down. That's mobilizing the spine. Sweep all the way and over, all the way and up. Good job. Let's stretch those shoulders. Clasp, turn over, push. Good. Away from you, all the way up to the ceiling. Make sure your hands are behind your ears. Good. And relax down. And now just slide your hands in front of you all the way down, stretching your lower back. Drop your head and stay. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And slowly come up. Wow, excellent. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you very soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Today we're talking about love and friendship, because whilst love is one of the most talked about topics in the world, friendship seems to be a topic we more often than not take for granted. Simply put, friendship is the tie that binds people together, and sometimes friendship and love coexist, but not all the time. Today, my two guests, Shalewa and Debo, have been friends since their university days, and together we're going to try and understand the connection between love and friendship, looking at the black, white, and the grey areas around it. Shalewa is a presenter, content creator, and voiceover artist, and Debo is a database administrator, and together they've built a friendship that has lasted and continues to last many years. Welcome, Shalewa.
Thank you for having
Welcome,
me.
Debo.
Thank you for having me.
It's really pretty cool having the two of you here today. So I'm going to try and learn a lot from you guys whilst we try and understand what love and friendship really means. And that takes me to my very first question. What is love and friendship to you both?
Love and friendship, they are intertwined.
Okay.
If I don't love you, then you can't be my friend. And if I love you, then you have to be my friend as well. I don't know if you understand. They say love is friendship.
If I don't love you, you can't be my
When
friend.
I mean love you in the context of just like very, very love, not the other love.
Not
You know when you say you love someone?
man and woman love.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Or let me use the word I have to like you.
Okay.
Before we can be friends. And if I say I like you, then I have to know your values, your morals, and all those things are the attributes that actually keeps me liking someone.
And building a friendship with them. So
Exactly.
their values, their
morals, the respect, how you treat
what
people.
they believe in.
Yeah, what you believe in, how you treat people
Their
around you, your
character.
character, your conduct.
Their conduct.
Yeah.
And for you?
I think I'll just piggyback off what he said, because for me, love and friendship is about respect. I'm very big on respect. I appreciate when people respect me, and I try to respect people to the best of my ability. So love and friendship for me is just respect. It's a bond that people share, two or more people, and then it's the respect or admiration they have for each other, regardless of their flaws or issues that they may have. So respect also has to do with the kind of information that you share with one another. So if there were a feud, for instance, or a squabble, you won't stoop to the level of, having to divulge some form of information. So when you respect somebody, you respect the person as an individual, as a friend, and all that it stands for. So, and I believe that that also is a major factor when it comes to love as well.
Okay. So here's the interesting thing. You've both defined friendship slightly differently.
Yes.
For you, respect plays a big role in friendship.
Yes, it does.
For you, love and friendship are interconnected.
Yes.
But then the parameters around the person's values and moral conduct.
Yeah.
Do you think friendship can survive without love?
No, I do not think so. Because friendship is built over time. And when you have a relationship with someone, when you share a relationship with somebody, you get to the stage where you would need to love that person enough to be able to sustain that friendship.
Okay.
So whilst love may not be at the beginning of the friendship as a major element for that friendship to have begun in the first place, but love is a major factor to the sustenance or survival, as you put it, of that friendship. So I really don't think a friendship can survive without love in the mix of it all.
What do you think, Debo?
Fine, yeah, sure. I'm going to take it up from, I actually support our motion on that. And the truth is, friendship can't survive without love.
Friendship can't
survive
without love.
Without love and without respect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So friendship can't survive without love. And respect.
And communication too is very important as well.
Communication. Okay, so this is all sounding no different from a man-woman type relationship that's, what do they call that type of love?
Is it agape love?
No, agape is the friendship, the romantic
relationship.
Yes, it's sounding like the romantic one. But here's what I actually am very curious about. Both of you seem quite different in personality.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you've been friends since university.
Yes.
Tell me about your friendship and how did that start?
Interestingly, it's good that you noticed that we have very different personalities, but I think what really binds us as friends is his character, his person. He's someone who, even though it's very different from me, has a very strong moral ground, right? He would, I mean, some of the virtues at the top of my head for him are patience. He's very patient with everything in life, and that's a very strong factor to have around you. But our friendship began in school, undergraduate days, and on a very funny note. So we ended up sharing, I think sometime in 2013, and that was a year for internship in school. So it was just one semester that we had, and the second semester was supposed to be at, you know, a certain place of assignment for internship. And he didn't get a seat, a locker to sit, and he was looking for someone to share a seat with. And he was quite notorious for just being all over the place in class. So nobody really wanted to share a seat with him. And then I just thought about it because I'm very big on boundaries as well. I always say to myself, before I accept anything, I'm like, okay, so what's the worst that could happen? We will share a seat together for a whole semester, and if I don't find it comfortable, at least just one semester. So I just told him that he could share a seat with me. And a lot of people advised me against, like, we don't want to share seats with this guy, this same guy that's supposed to stop me. And I think for him, that was just a very striking thing that I did. He appreciated that gesture. He appreciates gestures a lot. And during the internship year, we just built the friendship. And since then, we've been very close, I must say. So I think I was nice to him.
Are you guys romantically involved?
No, at all.
No way.
I'm sorry, I'm just very curious.
No, at all.
No way.
Okay, couple of friends, classmates, and all, like, you guys are just deceiving us, you know, stuff like that. Like
okay. The question I just asked.
Exactly, yes. Like, guy, I'm sure, like I said, see, let me tell you something. You guys should learn to understand that a guy and a lady can be friends without any string attached. The moment you have that value, the moment you understand that, then everything becomes, and don't listen to what people say. People will tell you, oh, ask her out, she might like you, or oh, yeah, maybe he likes you, you know, stuff like that. I'll just, she understands. And the truth is, if I meet a girl today that I like, I think, oh, well, I met one babe. I'll just... That's
the nature of your friendship.
Yeah,
you
like,
talk about it.
We talk about it, like, oh, and I'll explain, oh, and she'll tell me that, okay, oh, Debo, from my own perspective, I think you should do this, you should do that, you know, don't rush. Like, she advised me a lot.
And vice versa.
And we advise ourselves a lot. Like, we advise ourselves a lot.
You know, it's quite heartwarming to your motive, but you've just said that you can be friends without there being an ulterior motive.
Yeah, sure.
So if we take it back to this whole concept of love and friendship, how do you then clearly define your type of love? Because you both actually talked about...
I could tell her anything, and even when I'm counting, like, if I mention my sister Azizat, I mention Shalewa, like, they are my sister. And there is nothing else. I tell people like that, and that's just it. And the truth is, I always look out for her. I always look out the way I would look out for my sister, and that's, I think that's the best way to treat someone that you truly care about. Because so sometimes love is not about you being romantically involved with someone.
Very true.
Yeah, it's not, or it's not what you want to gain from the person. It's not about that, because a lot of people are actually selfish in their friendship. Even in their relationship, sometimes it's a function of what they get in return as well. That, oh, if he's not, I have a friend too as well, Damola, is a friend I can actually go extra length for, and is someone that he has been there for me throughout after my university days till now. He's a selfless person, and I love him a lot. And sometimes when I tell my friends, even guys, so I can just sometimes, you know, in your feelings, you could just show appreciation, send them a message and all. And they'll be like, guy, why do you tell me you love me now? You know, guys now, it's just...
Do you know there was something that's been going around Instagram recently where there was somebody asked somebody on the street, a guy, that can you tell your male friend you love them? And the guy was like, yeah, and he called the male friend and said, bro, I love you. And then they flipped to the Nigerian version. And the guy called his male friend and said, guy, I just say, make I tell you, say I love you. The guy is like, waiting, they do you. So it's interesting you've just said now that you can tell your male friends you love them.
I tell them.
That is actually quite commendable.
It is.
It is. And so I'm curious, do you believe, and Shalewa, this is particularly for you, do you believe that people take friendship for granted?
All the time. All the time. And I think it has to do with, if I'm not mistaken, societal beliefs on what friendship is or what bonding is. There's almost like a need to disrespect somebody when you're close to the person. So I'll give an instance. A friend comes over to your house and, they're not supposed to be boundaries. Instead of asking, oh, can I use this? The person would say, we're friends now. We're beyond this. We're sisters. You're my collarbone. And all those words they used to describe their type of intimacy until there's a fraction in that relationship. And then you remember that person is not really your brother or your sister as they claim. So I think that human beings really thrive on self-esteem, respect, dignity. Those are the things that make us feel on top of the world, regardless of how much is in our bank account. You want to feel seen, you want to feel loved. So I always have it at the back of my mind that whenever I'm in a relationship with somebody, as a friend, as a co-worker, there always has to be that level of respect for the person, so that the friendship just grows and continues to blossom. I have a joke that I usually say, and I would say, sometimes I see people and then I really stall on being friends with them because I'm not trying to just destroy the relationship before I even started. So if you were saying good morning to me before, hello in the morning, you come and just hit me on the back because we are now friends. So things like that have a way of somehow destroying the relationship and even the boundaries and the respect that we all crave. So definitely friendship can be taken for granted if it's not carefully treated.
But aren't you putting restrictions on that friendship?
I think just like with anything in life, there has to be some form of restrictions, in my opinion. I think it just really reminds you of why you're in that relationship in the first place, and then it just serves as a reminder for what you should or should not do. So whatever it is that you're in, even at work, at the office, there are regulations at the office because they want you to be reminded of why you were employed in the first place. So if a query is issued, for instance, doesn't mean that the person needs you eliminated, but you need to be reminded that you're slacking. So and as in friendships, we don't have that regulation stated as, not in black and white. So sometimes it has to be imposed. However, you need to understand the relationship you have with someone to know exactly when where to place those restrictions, just for the sake of survival of that friendship. At least that has worked for us. We're very different, but then I have tried to the best of my ability to have some restrictions placed. And that goes back to your question when you're speaking about romantic relationships and getting intertwined. I think for a long time now, we've had that sorted out. Not to say, oh, somebody's your spec, but you're just trying to camouflage it and cover it up with friendship. The truth of the matter is you both have your different lives, but you decide to respect yourselves as friends. And that has definitely worked in our case.
You were going to say something, David?
No, yeah, she said it all.
That's connection at its core.
Yes.
So, I've learned quite a bit listening to you right now, because there are quite a few of my friends who would say, Pharaoh takes me for granted. But once in a while, I would send a message and I would say, I love you, I haven't heard from you for a while, or I'm sorry I haven't been in touch in a while. And I'm in my mind, I'm thinking, that's okay. But from what you're saying, no, it's not okay. Am I getting that right?
Well, to be honest, I think I faced the challenge that you're explaining, which is why we're really close. So a lot of times they're really close to somebody who gets you and understands you. So friendship is about understanding and then perspective, right? And they always would want me to do things according to how they would prefer me to, instead of understanding my personality and how, that plays out in dynamics of a friendship.
So, I see what you mean. Debo.
Yeah.
If you were going to, there are lots of books on love. We all know that. And a lot of the times when we talk about friendship, sometimes they put the love and friendship together. But if you were going to talk about building a sustainable friendship, what pieces of advice would you give all of us? Because we all have different types of friendships.
Okay. intentions matters a lot.
Okay.
If I want to be your friend, the first thing is the intentions. I'm not going to say I want to be your friend now when I have something in my mind that, okay, let me just go through friendship, then, you know, don't do that. If I like someone and I want to be the person's friend, it's not, as in nothing is going to go beyond that friendship. Like, I always make, as in my mind is always made up on some things like, oh, I like this person is my friend, and there's nothing. And one thing is, you should be able to stand out for your friends. If you have for your friends, you'll be able to stand out for them, stand for them. And what makes that friendship solid is how you understand them and how you communicate to them. Your communication is really important. If you don't like something, just say it. There are times that she will tell me, Debo, I don't like this. And I'm like, okay, no vex. No vex with my guy now. You know, stuff like that. So the moment you can respect and understand and communicate to your friends, then there won't be issues. And another advice I will give is, you don't, when people are saying things about your friend, you know, people talk, you should be able to stand for them, not when they are there, behind them. You should be able to stand up for your friend. Yeah, have their back. And another thing I tell people is, you should not, like, okay, especially guys now, like, you don't have any right to talk about your friend in front of your partner. Like, oh, because you are romantically involved with someone now, then on the bed, you now start saying a lot of stuff. You know, guys.
And people tend to do that a lot.
People
They talk
do that
about
a
their
lot.
friends
in front,
with their partners.
Because one thing about life is, nothing is forever. Marriage, they break. Relationship breaks. So at the end of the day, your friends will be the one for you. They'll be there for you when things go south. Because it's not going to go north every time. I tell people that. Your friends will always be there for you. There are times that I was mentally down. That was beginning of this year. Like, I was mentally down. And that time, she needed to learn how to drive. Like, okay, we started. We're just doing it, like, on the surface. But for the first time, she noticed that, like, I just, like, the way I scream at Shalewa, I've never done that before. Like, she still wrote me. Do you know what? She said, Debo, I understand that you're broken. Just calm down. Like, at some point when I was going home, I felt bad for shouting at her. But she understood I was going through a lot at that time. Yes. So I actually and Yoruba will say, anything about like, it's someone that is close to you that you can actually throw a lot of things at. But it's a function of how the person, if it's a one-off thing, it's fine. But if it's something that is every time that, you just throw tantrums at me every time, or you just talk to me anyhow, then of course that bond of friendship is actually breaking, because it's just a thin line between love and hatred. It's just a thin line. Yeah. So no, it's true. So over time, we're able to, like, I was able to understand, like I understood that to a large extent, like to a very large extent. Even there are times that when things are not going on with me, I should just like, the body alpha. Actually, I'm not alright. So she like, or something, I will talk to her. And there are times that if I call her on the phone and she's sounding down, and she's a little bit down, you know, you could tell when your friend is not happy.
True.
You could tell when your friend is not happy. I have a friend, like my guy, and he's actually going through a lot at some point, but he did not tell me, and I felt so bad. Bro, he said because he knew that I have a lot on my plate. I said, bro, we are brothers. We are brothers. Next time, learn to talk to me. You don't even know if I'll have a solution, regardless of what I was going through at that time. So that's one thing about life. And another thing is, you know, I want to use my dad as an example. He has a friend that used to come around, because me and my siblings, everyone is far away. And at times that my mom would just go to the markets, because she's a market woman, so she would be in the market. And sometimes my dad is so it's just that his friend that will be with him. You know, because at old age too, you
need your friends.
You need your friends. And always pray to God to have great friends, not friends that not friends that will be sad when you are doing good. Because another thing that actually made Shalewa like me a lot as a friend is, even if you have billions in your accounts, Now need to celebrate and pass. If you buy a new car now, even if I don't get anything,
You know
I'll be down to celebrate it
you know the irony of this.
Clearly, he's a talkative in this.
Yeah.
Before you
going
came, on and on. If
he
he's not
actually
stopped.
said, she actually said, I have this friend who, in his bid to celebrate me, he will tell you everything that's going on with me because that's his way of celebrating me.
Yes.
So when you got here, I was like, oh, that's Debo, right?
Yes.
So you're 100% right. And to Shalewa, if you were going to, same question to Debo, how do people build and sustain friendships, particularly in the society we currently live in where things are hard, life is tough, and everybody has this mentality of me, myself, and I. So how do you build and sustain friendships?
I would say that just try to understand the person. And I keep hammering on that because people have different personalities, and how they choose to express themselves or react to challenges that life throws at them is a big deal. So if I have to look back, through my journey of friendship from secondary school, I would see that there were some friends that I lost, in quotes, or I'm not as close to anymore, just because I'm used to withdrawing whenever I feel challenged by something. So I would just crawl into my shell. I won't be as expressive. But what that means is that I've also missed out on people's birthdays. I've missed out on celebrations that I should have been a part of. I've missed out on really, being there for them, which is I'm trying. So you have to really understand people, and then maybe just, reduce the entitlement mentality. That's another thing. A lot of times people, I think people need a lot of validation from their friends these days. And then if you factor in social media, it makes it worse because you're not posting your friend on her birthday. It's a problem. Meanwhile, I'm sure you don't even post anybody on their birthday. Very true. You really need to understand the person and understand what the person stands for. Look at the length of friendship and say, okay, but this person was like this time, and this person did this for me. So clearly, this is not this person's trait. It could just be that this is how they're acting. So maybe I'm not the right person to ask because I'm very respectful when it comes to my friends, and I don't expect so much from them. I think whatever it is that they give is enough. So if I had to define friendship, I would say friendship is a bond between two people in which they support you in whichever way they can. And that's an underlying factor for me. So if a friend wants to do this, the other friend can't do that, I would just appreciate it. So I think we should be appreciative of people in our lives. Look out for their motives. I'm big on motives. I'm not a fan of, if you come to my party, it's fine. But then I would respect someone, even if they didn't come to my party, they just loved me for who I was. They just supported me. When I put up my status that I was coming on air today, a couple of people just celebrated me. And these are not even people I would call really close friends. So a lot of times, friendship goes beyond the frequency of number of times you see, the intimacy, the secrets you share. It's just somebody who's really rooting for you on and off, the social media radar. So that's what I think.
So just to round up very quickly, is there a formula for choosing friendship? So both of you very quickly.
Yes.
Or rather, is there a formula for choosing friends?
Choosing friends. Yes, I would say that now. I wouldn't have answered this question probably some months back, but I would say the formula for choosing friends is really just looking out for, I don't know how selfish or selfless that person is when it comes to them. So their reactions to things. Try to choose people who don't think about themselves all the time in a situation. So it's always about them, even if they were trying to help you, they will always see themselves. It's always about them. So the formula, it depends on the kind of person you are. But I would say my formula for choosing friends now, it's about just being selfless and not necessarily sacrificing anything, but not just wanting to always put yourself in the mix, be an attention seeker or hugger, if that were the case. I'm just understand who your friend.
But what if that's your personality?
Exactly. So that's why this is now my formula. I've come to realize that look out for what would not work well for you if you were extreme. So if you had a friend, for instance, who was always putting themselves out there, they wanted everything to be about them, and they reacted very badly when you didn't support them, then that's a red flag. So for him, we're very different. He's a celebratory kind of person. I'm always on his case. He's always been chastised for not being confidential enough. However, if I missed out on anything that had to do with him, he really wouldn't care. So that is an indicator that, okay, I'm safe. Because friendship really is about happiness, right? So you want to be sure that your friend makes you happy and doesn't always accuse you of different things that you may, be oblivious to.
And Debo?
Yeah, okay. To buttress to what she said. I think I'll still go back to that, my moral, the values, and how selfless the person is. Because me, I'm a very selfless person.
Very.
And I'm very open. And I think that's one thing that I've lost some friends, even someone I was supposed to go out with, just because I'm just too open, like, oh, you just say everything that comes to your mind. And, it's, so at some point, there was a time something happened. I gave my car to a security guy to just go. Over time, even the security guy, he used my car to learn how to drive.
Oh, wow.
So something happened at some point, and Chalawa said, Debo, you don't set boundaries.
Okay, so you have to set boundaries.
So at some point, and that's one thing, you have to learn from your friends. You have to learn some things, because when 2 or 3 people say things that, you have to call yourself.
Yes.
And she's someone that she won't, I don't know how to put it. If you're trying to correct someone,
yes,
sometimes when you're trying to correct someone from a place of love or from a place of, some people, they correct you from a place of jealousy.
I see what you mean.
You get what I'm saying?
I see.
But when she told me that, Debo, you have to learn how to set boundaries, blah 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 blah, I sat down like, okay, true.
And you thought about
this guy used my car. This guy bashed my car. It cost me over something thousand. So how do I get the money from? And I can't ask him to pay. So at some point,
Debo,
I realized
I'm
that
going to have
really
to.
important.
I'm going to have to say what Shalewa had told me, that I need to rule you in because I've just been told we're rounding up.
Right.
But it's been a lot of fun actually. This few minutes, it really has, because this has really shed a lot of light on what friendship and love looks like. I've learned a lot, and I'm sure we've all learned a lot, because you've talked about selflessness, both of you. You've talked about intentionality, understanding, learning, listening to each other, communication, setting boundaries. These are all recipes for a good relationship, whether it's a non-romantic one or a romantic one.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And honestly, it's a beautiful thing watching your friendship. It really, really is. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And
having us.
And being my guest. It's really been awesome. Thank you so much. I've made 2 new friends.
Yes.
So I was just going to say John, but John's not with us today. So Fumi, Helen, and myself are going to round up the show very quickly. So please stay tuned. And to all your friends, give them a call, tell them you love them, and just be a better friend. That goes for me too. So just stay with us for a few more minutes whilst we round up the show. Thank you.
Thank you for staying with us. And a very interesting conversation you had with Shalewa and Debo. I really, really enjoyed that conversation. I like how they are so in tune with each other and understand. They have understood each other. Over the
So
years.
different yet so in tune with each other.
Yes, they are. And it just goes to show that you can be friends with anybody if you connect, you know, and friendships are different.
Yes. Yes.
So it's really quite interesting because I'm very different from a lot of my friends.
And they're very deep, you know, especially when that guy said the intention.
Yeah.
Why do you want to be friends with this person from
yeah.
start?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I never thought of it that way.
I actually never thought of it that way. And that goes to what we're saying about taking friendship for granted. A lot of the times we don't think about the fact that there's intentionality behind it.
Okay, we're going to wrap up shortly. So we'll just take the quotes for the day. JS's quote that he normally takes. We'll just take the quote. And the quotes for this week is, the fact that it's important to you doesn't mean it's important to your audience. I don't know what JS would have thought, but for me, I think also as a producer, you know, sometimes when we're choosing a topic and we're saying that, oh, this thing is very, we feel like it's very interesting or it's very nice, but will the audience connect with it? I know he comes from this perspective of public speaking, but I'm looking at it in the line of my work. So sometimes you're so passionate about something, but really other people don't really care. So you just have to find a balance of where everybody, you know, meets and then connect with them.
I'm sure John will give you a hug for that. Don't you think so?
Sure. So November, what are the likely topics you're thinking about, Farron? What would you like to talk about in November? Even though I know you have like a lot going on, working behind the scenes, doing so many things at the same time.
I don't know, what would I like to talk about? Maybe we should ask the guests, the viewers.
Oh, really?
Maybe they should actually send in comments on our Instagram handle. We've got PlusTvAfrica Instagram handle.
True.
Anybody who thinks that there's a topic we should be talking about, send it into PlusTvAfrica on Instagram. And then just hashtag John and Helen so we know you're talking about the John and Helen show.
Okay,
you can also send it into my Instagram handle for the people that follow us on my handle. What's my handle again? At Pharaoh Shonuga Wotomo. Yes. Don't take friendships for granted.
All right. So enjoy the rest of your weekend and of course your week. Thank you for joining us again. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome. It's Nimasa This Week, the voice of maritime. Nimasa This Week is brought to you by the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency. Statutorily mandated to ensure that there is regulation and promotion of matters affecting our waters. NIMASA bears responsibility for search and rescue, shipping development, and ship registration.
NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime, showing on this channel.
Increase the reach of your events or business services. To advertise on Plus TV Africa, please call 0906 000 5719 or 0909 040 8408 or send an email to marketing@plustvafrica.com. Plus TV Africa. Big stories live here.
Nigeria's Niger Delta region, from where the black gold fuels Africa's largest economy, where the lines between wealth and poverty has never been thinner. Conflicts, poverty, insecurity, and environmental challenges daily confront the region. How can the Niger Delta story be changed for the better. Join Mamude Akuga at 9 p.m. every Friday evening on PlusTvAfrica as he probes deep in search of solutions. Inside the Niger Delta with Mamude Akuga, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region.
Most people know the common symptoms of the original COVID-19 variant, which are shortness of breath, cough, fever, sore throat, loss of taste or smell. It is important, however, to note that there are new variants of the coronavirus which are caused by mutations of the virus. The original Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and now the Delta variant. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, the Delta variant, also known as B.1.617.2, can spread more easily as it has